a land far away, there existed the ethereal realm of Kayangan. There, where the impossible becomes possible, and threads of fantasy is interwoven with reality, live the gods and goddesses who watched over the world. They are led by the great Sunanambu, mother of all. Their existence gives us hope that somewhere over the rainbow, there is a place that is full of magic. Somewhere over the rainbow, miracles do happen. And so, this is where our story of a love that transcends the times and constraints of the world begins.
gathering with me tonight. I'm also honored that King Hosan also be able to come here to my kingdom, and also King Simon also able to come here to my kingdom, to this very important. Today, beloved guests, all of my people, I will announce the union of my beloved son, Gurumin, and also a very beautiful Bidana. This union will mark a greater start to Ayam, and we will celebrate this for many weeks, and also shower the world with the lights and joy to mark this very beautiful occasion. Yes, we are all very excited. And the celebration will take 12 months from now and will be held here. And who dares to interrupt me?
No one would dare to interrupt you.
O great Sunanambu, I'm here to beg of you to please reconsider that I, Lutung, wish to not marry a stranger. I mean no disrespect to Miss Binadari, of course, but I respectfully cannot marry her.
Gurumin, what am I to do with you? Why you wait up until now to bring this up? Do you even know what love is, my son?
I will know it in my heart, mother. My heart shall lead me this love like a compass.
A compass? A compass is for fools! Guruminda, you are God. You don't act like a fool. Gods don't need direction or guidance. We give them. And you will speak like an idolist. And the world, Guruminda, the world below Hayaman is not ideal. The world below Hayaman is very challenging, full of spirit and energy that will even crumble the heart of the stone. And my son, finding love amidst all of that is hard. Just listen to what I say and set yourself in heart.
I understand what you're saying, but you cannot dictate on who I love. Alright? Last night, I had a dream that I found love outside the world of Kayagan. And so, with that, tonight, I will be leaving the palace to go and seek this dream.
You are wearing down my passion. You are young. You're just over a little 100 years old. What do you know about love, my dear?
I know that this is not love. Ideal as may be, this is not love. That dream I had, it was perfect. I was out in the jungle. I found someone. I don't know if that's going to happen any day, but it will happen soon, and I feel it.
You trying to find this love of yours, fine. But you go to the world not as yourself. You will see how the world will treat you with this ungodly experience, Guruminda. And then, Guruminda, you will go to the world looking like a beast.
Guruminda was handsome, and this is a beast. What will become of him?
Guruminda, go to the world and experience the hardness of the world. Try to find whether someone can truly love you for your appearance well, and then if that someone can love you for the way of who you are, only then you can return to yourself. But remember, if you reveal yourself, and then you will be cursed for eternity. Now, Guru Minda, now go! Go now! Go now!
The tumult in Kayangan reverberated beyond its ethereal realms. A storm swept across the lands on earth. These storms wreaked havoc, but also brought with it forces of change. Such a force happened to land in the jungle by the Pasir Batang kingdom. This kingdom is ruled by the great and wise king, Prabu Tapangagong. He is beloved by his people and dotes fondly on his 5 daughters, with his youngest being Purbasari. Unbeknownst to him and his people, this recent storm will not only bring change, but brought a force that will end up uniting both worlds.
Such a crazy storm. Is Father in there?
Ah, sister, you're seeing things. The jungle has a lot of animals in there because it is the jungle. And the jungle has a lot of trees in there because, well, it is the jungle. Now, come on, let's get this place cleaned up before the harvest festival begins. Especially as we might get a visit from the royal family.
Okay. I know you're right, but I just have this feeling.
Come on now. No shenanigans now. The sky's up, the sun is clear. Nothing to be afraid of. Come on, let's go. Ayo, let's go.
Okay, I'm moving.
Elsewhere in the Pasir Batang kingdom, the people are preparing for the festival, completely unawares of the visitor that had just arrived in the jungle. Children are playing in the village square, and their voices and peals of laughter waft up to the skies. An entourage of young girls descend upon the village, curious at the sights and sounds they are seeing and hearing. One of them is Purbasari, the youngest daughter of Prabu Tapangagong. She gravitates towards the group of young villagers, eager and desirous to be one amongst them, while her older sisters look on with hesitation, and one looks on with disdain.
What are y'all doing? Can I get it too? I don't think so, but I can learn. Can you teach me?
father.
Don't be rude to Aurora. Women born from different families. They have the same dignity and deserve the same respect as us. I feel our father wants to join in these assemblies. I've heard him many times speak of the importance between our people. We cannot get to know anyone if we're always stuck behind our palace walls, or if we are made to think that we're better than everyone else. You can do very well. I'll join the other kids here and have fun.
How dare Professor humiliate me like this? She just fighted me. I'm older than her. I shall join everyone. I can't speak that way. She always does. Mother always sits to her side. I shall join everyone else and pretend I'm nice. I can be nice. Yes, I'm good at being nice. Can I join too?
Are you surfacing what you said, Aurora?
Yes, you're right. We should all respect one another.
What do you? Can Aurora join us too?
Yeah, come on.
Thank you.
was tall and scary. It was even a circle.
What could it be? Can the animal be in trouble?
Why don't you check? Hey, why are you me? A boy? This can't be boys. I was not a boy and am not a boy. I was commanded to go and check. See, big difference. If you want to know why, this game is getting boring. Everyone up here animals is trouble. Maybe the circle has of everyone because it is ugly. Come on, Professor. Come on, Professor. You must have helped.
I'm so sorry for what Mr. Did. It's nice. Sometimes we do overlook gossip. Thank you for letting us join your games and exploring the village. If there's an execution family, hopefully it can help you. Bye.
Come on, Professor.
Days, months, and years have passed since the time Kayangan rumbled with thunder, bringing a force to be reckoned with down to earth. This force has remained in the shadows since then, watching and observing the world from a distance. The princesses have all grown, and Prabu Tapak Agu knows that the time is near when he must choose the next ruler of the kingdom. His impending decision troubles him, but Kayangan senses his dilemma. One day, he is paid a visit by a divine presence, the god Sanghyang Kursa.
I know what weighs heavily in your heart, old king.
I'm at a loss. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to do wrong about my kingdom or my daughters. What do I do?
King Prabu Tapak Agung, your heart will not fail you. What is right for all may not be right for some. What the people need may not be what we want. Your youngest, Purbasari, is already. She has grown to be wise and kind leader, just like you.
Your words do resonate, but I fear I'd only bring about a storm that I see coming in the distance.
Perhaps such storms are necessary for us to see the rainbow at the end of it. No matter the challenge, do not fear such storm.
I see. You are indeed a wise God.
Well, I am a God. I am a God. After all, have trust in your doctor, in Prabu Tapak Agung, especially Purbasari. She may be your youngest, but her wisdom transcends age.
What a strange dream I had. And I had full conversation with the god Sanghyang Kursa. Just getting old and distraught. I'm not sure anymore, but he makes a good point. Guards, gentlemen, Bring my daughters to the Great Hall. This once, I have an announcement to make for them. Oh, my daughters.
Okay. Did you want me to get a glass of water for you?
I'm alright. I'm alright. I'm just getting over these creaks and aches of old age are catching up to me. So I've called you all here today. I've ruled for a long, long time. And I need the new generation to take this kingdom to new heights, which is why, after much deliberation and thought, I have chosen Purbasari as the next queen of Pasirbatang. I hope you will support this decision, as it was a difficult one to make. Purbasari will need your guidance, and as her sisters.
Father, you cannot be serious. She is the youngest. She knows nothing of the world. All she ever does is talk to and visit the people. I mean, what kind of ruler is that? Rulers must rule. This is an affront. This goes against all logic and the natural order. I will not accept this. You will never be my queen, or anybody's queen.
Spies and contempt can lead one towards paths that are dark and dangerous. Purbararang and Indrajaya decide to venture out of the kingdom to seek out a source that she feels will help her solve the problem that is her sister.
Are we there yet? See? I'm an amazing soldier. Did you see that? That tall shadow? Maybe taller than me?
We are in the jungle. Shadows are everywhere.
Shadow, better watch out for the great Indrajaya. Hiya!
Okay, lead the way then, soldier.
Hiya! Wait, why'd you not stop me?
Because it was fun seeing you make a fool of yourself, oh great soldier. Thank you for protecting me and guiding me to this evil-looking cave. I will have you to protect me, right?
Soldiers, honor. I'll do anything for you, Ben.
What? You know, never mind. Let's just go.
Wait a minute. What are we doing here again? In the middle of the jungle, staying in a very dark cave?
Do I really need to tell you this? Again?
Yes. Again.
You're insufferable. Fine. We are here because you said you know someone who knew someone who knows someone who can help me place a curse on my sister.
Did I?
Yes. Why do you even keep you around?
Because you love me?
Sure. Whatever. So no, back to the matter at hand. We are here to visit this shaman. And please do remember, it is at your recommendation too. This shaman supposedly can help you turn everybody against Purmasai.
Isn't she your sister though?
And so?
Should she be proud and happy too?
Please, what does her happiness have to do with anything? She's the reason why we're here. She's infringing on my own happiness rights. She could have declined the entire thing and told her father, "No, father, Purbararang will make a better queen." But But no, she tacitly accepted the throne. She acts all good, but I am sure there is an ugly creature inside here just waiting to burst out like a pimple.
Ew.
Exactly, ew. No one is that nice or that pure. No one. She is lying and fooling everyone else, and that is what I'm here for. To protect the kingdom against her duplicity. To protect herself and our daughter from her own lies. I am doing everybody a service by exposing Purbasari for who she really is. A disgusting creature.
Are you sure you thought this all through?
What do you take me for?
Well, Shaman is right behind you.
Who dares waketh me from my slumber?
Your queen.
My queen? Dare I say? Last time I checked, it was another Purba. What was her name? Ah, Purba City. No, that doesn't sound right. Purba Sone. No.
Purbasari.
Yes. Purba Sari. Wait a second. How is she queen and you queen at the same time?
Wow, you asked a lot of questions. Anyways, yes, we are here to protect our kingdom. You see, I am the rightful heir to the throne. And so therefore, I am the rightful queen. Purbasari stole it from me with all of her lies and treachery. So, I want to expose her for the ugly creature that she actually is. I need something, but I don't know what. And that is why I'm guiding to you. I heard you have a limitless inventory of resources to help me.
Well, they're not wrong. Well, I guess I shall. I do have a limitless inventory, I shall say. Let us consult my jugal. You know, like Google for the jungle. So, jugal.
What's the Google?
Oh, you see, my dear, sweet child. That is why you is you, and I is me. Now, let us harness the powers of the great jugal. Now, Jugal says that you are here for your sister, and you want to help her?
Yes, I do want to help her. She needs to understand that she will only hurt others by being weak. She is too nice, and she is weak, and she will get taken advantage of. And that's where you come in. You see, my soldier, friend.
Well, she means fiance.
Stop.
Well, she means fiance. Her brave, handsome, and overall amazing fiance.
Whatever. He informed me you can help. And what I mean by help is to make people think she's hers. And so, she can be banished, and the kingdom will be protected because I will be its queen.
So, how does that help Purbasari then?
This helps her because her banishment will do her good. It will protect her from harm. Her naivety will be her ruin because nice people cannot lead.
And what's in it for me?
You want payment for this? Isn't it enough that you'll be helping your future queen?
10 OP. Nope.
Well, what do you want then?
I want to make Jugal great again. Or Juno for short.
I thought it's already great.
Oh, child. It is great. But I have to add again to make Juga, or else it would just be Jug. And that doesn't make much sense now, does it?
Yes, sure, whatever you say. But now what can you give me?
I can give you this. This is a Lulu. Lulu. No, roll your tongue. Lulu.
Stop, enough. Thank you, Shaman.
What does this lulur do? That will cause your sister to transform. She must rub it all over her body for it to take effect, and she must not wash it off.
How will I get her to actually use this?
That sounds like a you problem. All right, fine. Just tell her it's the best lotion to moisturize her skin with. Oh, especially since her coronation is coming up.
Thank you, Sean. In the gym, let's go.
How about Littler?
No, just go, just go. And don't forget Jugal, and Juga now.
Purbararang gives a curse lulur lotion to Purbasari. Purbasari thanks Purbararang for the gift and proceeds to use it at night. She began to feel lighthearted and dizzy. She stumbles out of her room into the throne room, and the cursed ruler will now take her senses, and Purbasari collapses. The shadow of the curse creeps in and envelops Purbasari, turning her from queen into the cursed princess.
There's the wrong person, so solid, talking me to breathe. I can hear my heart beat so fast, so sudden, it's happening to me. There's something underneath my skin. There's a burning so painfully. There's something in my eyes that's blinding. It turns black and white. I don't know how to deal with this. I wanna just disappear. The one thing that I fear the most by this, I think home's disappointment. Feels to me like the world has stopped spinning and lost gravity. The night is dark and the wind is colder and this life has come to an end.
It's magnified with the jungle because of how dense it is. At night, that sound travels even farther. To the animal's ear, crying may not be as distinctive as other sounds. The new visitor to the jungle is not a normal animal, though. He knows this sound was the cries of pain and anguish of a lost and troubled soul. He felt a magnetic pull towards it, as if these tears could be coming from a kindred spirit, someone with a similar fate as his, someone who could understand and see beyond his current state.
What creature she is. We've never met, but she seems so familiar. This jungle is ruthless. I have to protect her somehow, but how? I look like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will be a 10-minute intermission. There will be a 10-minute intermission. Thank you.
Challenges.
Late nights thinking to myself, it's my life, what do I really want now? It takes time to figure this out, but I'm young and this is my journey. How I went to learn about this world all alone, and I have no place to call my home, but I'm brave enough to venture on my own, and it's time to really show who I am, the woman I've become, the confidence I was given from above, the voice I'm taking straight from the heart, the mind and soul I've learned to love, learn to love, learn to love, learn to love. Life is only a race if you make it that way. Remember that it's not about the destination. Make mistakes and learn from them. Only time will fix and mend. Remind yourself to forgive and forget. Go every day and learn to accept who you are, the person you've become, the confidence you were given from above, the voice you're taking straight from the heart, the mind and soul you've learned to love, learn 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 to love. Let's give it up for Kaulong on the keys. Live your dreams out, the universe will work out somehow. But learn to love now, learn to love now, learn to love now. Learn to Thank you. Everybody.
Back in Pasir Batang Palace, Purbarara is incredulous at what she has heard. The villagers have expressed concern about Purbasari and her disappearance. To Purbarara, their only and true allegiance should be to her, as she is now queen.
I can't believe that they still care about her. She left the kingdom many moons ago. Why are people still talking and caring about her?
Is it because she cared about them?
Are people that ridiculous? Caring for others because they simply care for them?
Yes. Apparently that concept is lost on you.
What did you say?
Nothing of the consequence. They just care about you, that's all. Oh, that reminds me. I've heard of this monkey creature, beast, that have been wandering around and won't let anyone in her vicinity. He supposedly has magical powers. How odd of a pairing if that is true.
The cursed princess and the magical monkey? What a pairing indeed. I just don't understand how people can care about two ugly creatures when their beautiful queen here is distraught.
I got it. How about we set up a contest, an event? We can do some games, have fun, and just be with the people.
Wait, that is brilliant. We shall do a contest.
Yes. I do have brilliant ideas sometimes. So let's do this contest, so the people can see the queen that you are.
See me as the queen that I am. Yes, this would do it. We can do the contest and invite Purbasari under the pretext of inviting her back to the kingdom. So, the people can actually see her and see how weak and fragile she is, while I will be strong and victorious.
That's not what I meant at all.
This will definitely work to win the people over. I shall expose her ugliness. And if she comes with this beastly new friend of hers, the people will really be seized and gasp from mentioning her name ever again. I shall see to it. And with your help, of course, that Purbasari loses every single contest! So now we have so much to plan.
Purbasari found herself settling into the jungle with ease. She was able to build a home in the clearing and is never without sustenance for the day, as an array of fruits always greeted her in the morning. Purbasari did not want to question this act of generosity, lest it disappear like the life she had before. Lutung Kasarung always watches from a safe distance, but he forgets that when two forces are fated to meet, there is no power that can disrupt their paths from crossing.
Wow, what a beautiful dance. They have certainly lifted up my spirits ever since I left Kasarung. I am finding the jungle to be quite peaceful and safe, and I don't feel like such a monster here. What's that? I know I spoke too soon about it being peaceful and safe. Come on, Babasari. Of course, there are dangerous creatures in the jungle. I mean, it's not a fairy tale. But I am ready with my broom or sword here. Who are you? What are you? Reveal yourself.
My princess, my queen! It is I, don't be afraid. Your general, the handsome one, Batara Alexa.
General? General Batara Alexa? Is that really you?
It is I.
What are you doing here? In the middle of this jungle?
My queen, I'm afraid I have a bad news for you. Our kingdom, the Pasir Batang kingdom, is unwell right now. I actually should not tell you this, but you have the right, you deserve to know what's currently happening in the kingdom. Right, guards? Your sister, Burbararang, she is ruling with an iron fist. Our kingdom is in disarray. Our people is struggling. We need you to come back to our kingdom. We're begging you.
They want me back? I mean, General, do you not see me? Just look at me. I belong in the jungle like all the creatures here, especially the ones who need it to shield themselves from the rest of the world. As you may have already heard, my current state is perceived as a curse. Or maybe I am cursed. Whatever the case, I do not belong in the palace. I will only bring more shame and pain to everyone at Pasir Batang. Please do tell my father I miss him, but I'm sorry. I can never turn back. His request of you was in vain. I wish you safe travels, General. Goodbye.
No, my princess, please, I'm begging you.
Let's go! Where are you, Princess General? You seem to have forgotten your place.
I'm sorry, my apology.
I may not be your kid at the moment, and I may look monstrous, but you have no right to grab my arm like this.
I did not to offend you, Your Highness. We are just so desperate to have you back. I'm begging you once again, please.
Tell you I can't. Haven't I told you? I can't.
Hey!
I believe she asked you to leave, General.
Guards! Who or what is this creature?
You best heed your words, or
What?
face the wrath of the jungle.
Whoa! Face the wrath of the jungle. This creature doesn't know who he is facing. Guards! Watch and learn.
General, you should not be doing this.
Take this. Yeah! That hurt is for real.
General,
Stand.
you should stop, no.
Let's see if you can catch this. Yeah. That doesn't hurt. Let's see this one. See, guards? Come on. Let's finish this. Music. Ready?
General, stop!
Get up! Get up! Get up!
Stop! Please! Please, let him up. He's not as young as he was before. He is my general. He means no harm to me. General, you do know that was very foolish of you. I mean, you don't know how powerful this being is. You are also not that young anymore. So please, no more fighting.
All right. You're right, Your Highness. You're right. I'm sorry. So I did not come here to fight. Must say I'm not that old at all. I just stopped paying my gym membership. However, you.
Me?
No, I'm talking to the ambassador there. Of course I'm talking to you. Come on, you hear me strong? But you're not smart, are you?
Hey, I mean, there could very well be a lot of other, tall creatures that can talk and walk like me, but
Who? Demon? You're the only creature here?
that was kind of...
Wait. Please do tell us, just who or what are you?
What are you?
I already told you who this gentleman is, and you seem to be familiar with me. Let's see. You look like a Lutung.
What?
Lutung are types of monkeys, although I did not hear that they can talk or have features that resemble humans. I mean, you can also fight as straight as any general in my father's army. And you can walk and speak just like any of us. You clearly are no ordinary Lutung.
You don't know that half.
What did you say?
Nothing, sorry.
You do look fearsome, but my God is telling me you won't harm me. So, if you are not Lutung, then what are you?
Yeah, what are you?
I am what you see of me. I can't share much about my past, but what I can share is that ours aren't too dissimilar. You see me? I used to have a name once, but I've just been lurking in these shadows here. Afraid. Shocked.
I'm sorry. The world can be very harsh.
Yes, someone did tell me that. They were right.
What was that?
Nothing. The world is very harsh, yes.
Very romantic, I must say. I'm touched. Don't forget that we still have to find out.
Yes, General, you're right.
Also, I have to report to your king, to my king, I should say, So, we will find out what this creature is.
Want to hear? I am true. Actually, call me what you like. As I said, I had a name once, but not anymore. You see, I used to have this ideal vision of what the world should be like, and I was shunned for that. Turns out I was wrong, and they were right. I was always right.
What did you say?
Nothing. Just, yes. It's working harsh.
Again, hi. I must interrupt those very low VW conversations, but again, Your Highness, we have to find out immediately who or what creature are you?
I mean, do I really need a name? Why can't you just refer to me as the shadow?
The shadow! Let's be serious here, it's so funny.
Oh, I got one. How about Lutung Kasarung?
Lutung? Kasarung?
Does Lutung Kasarung have a meaning? What is it?
It means lost monkey in the jungle.
Lost monkey in the jungle!
Crazy how you all thought the shadow was silly, but you think lost monkey in a jungle was any better? What kind of intellect do you guys have?
Alright. That settles it then. Lutung Kasarung. The lost monkey in the jungle. What kind of monkey lost the jungle? Lutung Kasarung is.
Thank you for the name, General.
You're welcome. Alright. I guess that settles it then, Your Highness, my queen. I shall report to your king and that's by fortnight. However, I shall entrust her unto your grace with one note. If anything bad ever happens to my beloved queen, I can, and I may, bring my whole entire army with me.
Are you trying to threaten me, General?
Oh. Threatening is a harsh word, gods. We're not trying to threaten you, just a gentle reminder is all. So, why don't we be friends? Shall we shake hands, or should I say, paw?
Hands.
Hands, there's it. Okay, there you go. Take care. All right, guys, we shall leave now. My queen.
Days turn into nights, nights turn into days. Over time, Lutung Kasarung and Purbasari formed an unlikely friendship. The jungle became a safe haven for these two creatures who were banished from their homes and separated from their families. They felt lost in the beginning, but then realized not all who are lost are actually lost. They may just need someone to see them, someone to hear them, someone to understand them.
You know, I just realized. You still have not shared me your story, Lutung.
Does it matter?
I guess you're right. It really doesn't matter. Not that you are hiding who you are or anything.
No, of course not.
You okay there?
Yeah.
Wanna go to the stream to get water?
No, I'm okay, trust me. I just took this instead.
Oh, thanks for that detail. Okay, seriously though, can you just share a little bit of how you became Lutung Kasarung?
Honestly, I don't remember. I was talking somewhere over the rainbow, and somehow I got turned into this lost monkey in a jungle. And I ended up here talking to you.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing and for helping me adjust to being this. I did not think anyone could see beyond the wounds and scars and just everything. I didn't think anyone could see me at all. So, thank you. You may be lost like me, but I am glad we found each other here. And perhaps that means we're not truly lost at all?
I never thought of it that way. Oh, sorry. Anyway, I shared my story. What about yours? I heard a bit when you were talking in general earlier, but I mean, how does a princess end up looking like this?
How did a princess end up looking like this? That's a really good question. But do you really want to hear my story?
Of course.
My story doesn't seem to be like one. There's flowers and rainbows. My story doesn't blossom shame and heartbreak. Here I am by myself. There's something underneath my skin. It's burning so painfully. There's something in my eyes. It's blinding. Everything turns black and white. I don't know how to deal with this. I wanna just disappear. The one thing that I fear the most, by this I become disappointed. It feels to me like the world has stopped spinning and I lost gravity. The night is darker, the moon is colder, this life has come to an end. But then you come in.
News of the invitation reached Purbasari and Lutung Kasarung. He became distraught and confused. Lutung Kasarung went to his home to think. He plodded all the way there, lost in his thoughts, as he wondered, what can he actually do? Though he was a god himself, he still has much to learn, like Sunanambu stated earlier. He did not know or understand yet that Kayangan sends us all, and they would not leave him utterly alone during his time of need.
How much more humiliation is Purbasari can she handle? I mean, was a curse and banishment not enough? They were right, this world is cruel. I don't care what it does to me, but I care what it does to her. I mean, what can I even do to help her? I don't have anybody to turn to. I don't have anything or anyone.
Here you are called Lutung Kasarung. And then that's what I should call you. Lutung Kasarung. I heard you please before. The world is indeed harsh, and a would like to give you my deep sympathy that you experience firsthand. I would say, or I won't say, I told you so, but you know, Lutung Kasarung. Adversity is abundant here, but adversity also will, as much as it crushes. How we respond to adversity will lead us to our uplifting, our sorrow. I saw and hear you burn with a burden, yet you're facing it with grace and showing of support to one another to ease you further. And also as the answer to your pleas, you may take Purbasari to the place where the river meets the sea.
How important.
On the fourth night, there will be a full moon, and the shine of the full moon on the area where the river meets the sea. Take Purbasari there, and then allow the water to work its magic.
So truly work. Should truly help her?
Have faith, Lutung Kasarung. But healing may take time.
Thank you. I'll do it.
Lutung Kasarung and Purbasari ventured out into the heart of the jungle to the river. Following the guidance of Sunanambu, they traversed the river by boat to the place where the river meets the sea. There they behold the sight of the great river and await the time when the moonlight shines on the water.
Lutung, I think I'm done. Wait, what are you doing?
Sorry, I can't believe some privacy. How do you feel?
I feel great, actually. Although my hands and arms still have wounds, but maybe it needs time.
Yeah.
And so far, I don't feel itchy anymore.
Great. Yeah, you look a little different. It's almost like you have a glow about you.
A glow?
Yeah, a glow. It must have been the moonlight or something. It does that sometimes. It gives and makes it look glowy, you know?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, Lutung, before I forget, I just want to say thank you. It may not look like I have healed yet, but I do feel somewhat different inside. And I do have faith that you will get better.
That's good. All right, we spend the next time here. Take it out. Come on.
The Pasir Batang community is alive again with the busyness of their upcoming festival. Many years have passed since they have had one. A few villagers gather together to wonder what made this year especially different. Purbarara's spies, though, are everywhere, and one happened upon the village today.
We're having a harvest festival this year. So long since our last one, yeah? Yeah, I wonder what made the queen change her mind.
Maybe. It's the rumors of the banished princess.
What rumors? I didn't hear any rumors. You're a Cooper. What's a Cooper again? It means you're not very social. You know, never mind. Back to this rumor. Oh, yeah. Just continue. I heard from the cousin of my mother's cousin's husband's sister's friend that the banished princess is actually quite close by, and she's living in a hut.
A hut?
A hut! Can you imagine? From a palace to a hut.
Since she's so kind to all of us, she will let us play with her when we were kids. Remember? Yeah, I remember. I wonder what happened to her until she vanished. I think there was a curse.
A curse? What are you guys gossiping about?
Nothing. What is it to you?
Oh, stats? I see how it is. Well, if you must know, I know something that you all don't.
What would that be?
Well, it's that our great queen Pubarara has invited you all to the harvest festival, including the banished princess you guys were all gossiping about.
Stop.
You see, our great queen Pubarara is a kind-hearted woman who wants to welcome all back to the palace.
Oh, why won't she come?
Well, the princess you were gossiping about is banished because she has rumors of being cursed with fettering wounds and a stench of rotten eggs.
No wonder she was banished.
But why would the queen summon her back if she's cursed and wretched? Girl, I just said that. She was literally our queen. Our queen, remember that. Our queen is a kind-hearted woman. How many times do I have to say that? But like, what if the queen is like the kind-hearted one? Exactly. Yeah.
Or this is great PR.
What's PR again?
Never mind. Let us get to Rivers to have a harvest.
Oh yeah, let me get the paper.
Yeah.
The palace grounds is teeming with excitement as the festival is underway. A crowd gathers in anticipation of the festival. Purbarara looks especially pleased today as she knows her plan cannot go wrong and will not go wrong. She is queen after all. She rules over all in Pasir Batang.
Welcome all to this year's Harvest Festival. Our great queen Pubararang believed that this year was the best year to host the festival, and she adores it and has fond memories of it from her childhood. As I was saying, our great queen has fond memories of it and remembers the time she spent with it with her sisters. And it is because of the love she has for her sisters that she has organized a special event and invited a mysterious guest.
Guards! Open up the gate to allow our special guest in.
Yes, Majesty.
You ready?
Yes, let's do this. Oh my god.
And who are the rest? Who's that tall creature next to her? Really dark hair. Wait, is that a bird? Why are there so many animals following him? It's true indeed.
Welcome, sister. It has been far too long.
Yes, sister, it has been.
Sister, would you deprive me still of seeing you? After you have come all this way, you're completely closed up. Come, what are you hiding from me? From all of us? That you are so closed up.
I have nothing to hide, sister.
Oh my god! It's moving!
It worked. I am healed. Lutung, can you believe this? I am vegan.
You were never not. You're poor sorry. You're always beautiful.
Well, sister, it is so nice to see you, and you are indeed as beautiful as ever. But now, we are here to have some fun and enjoy some games. How about we do a contest with the games? The winner shall be the true and rightful ruler of Pasilbata. MC, tell the people what kind of contest we will be doing today.
Ladies and gentlemen, people of the Pasir Batang Kingdom, to honor the return of Pubersari and the Harvest Festival, we have a test of skill and strength to prove once and for all who the true ruler of this kingdom is.
So, do you and your motley group have what it takes to defeat my people in a fight?
We are not ready for combat, are we?
No, we're not. But I am. I will fight for our senior medicine.
Oh, is this the magic monkey beast that protects you?
Pubararang, he has a name. He is no more of a beast than you or I. So do not denigrate him or anyone or any creatures like him any further.
Well, what is his name then, Purbasari?
His name is Lutung Kasarung.
Lutung Kasarung. So, in the jail, you will fight him in a fight.
Look.
I cannot have only one of my warriors fight this creature. It will not be a fair fight.
Do you not think I can take him down on my own?
No.
To be fair though, it does look like he can take down more than one man easily. To make it a fair fight, we're requesting more people on the queen's side.
General, send a few warriors to the grounds to join Indrajaya in his fight against this beast. Lutung Kasarung.
Lutung, can you do this all on your own? I mean, this is not a fair fight at all. No matter how you try to cover it up.
I'll show him not to mess with us. Mess with me.
Come knock him out. Like literally.
You got it.
Alrighty then, the games begin now!
Music, please.
when you are supposed to be cursed. Wait, how do you know how I am supposed to be or not? Was it you that cursed me, Bugarara?
Oh, was it you that cursed me, Bugarara?
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes, Burbasari. You are too disgustingly good to see. Oh, stop with your being surprised. Like you all pretend to be nice or try to get your way. You all have done it at one point, or even doing it now. Being perfect all the time is exhausting. And you all don't respect that either. I even have the perfect part. But he lost to his beast, and you all applauded. What kind of future will we have if this beast here becomes Burbasari's partner? What are you talking about, Bugarara? Partners and futures? Yes, Burbasari. Everyone wants to marry the handsome prince. But you? What do you have? You have this ungodly beast.
Hey,
Lutung Kasarung will make a much more worthy partner than any other I know. He has helped me through my darkest of times and see beyond my cursed figure. See me. He saw me. And he called me beautiful. I felt the most wretched. He has become a dear, dear friend. And I dare say, I have come to care for him. He is as much of a prince as any other I know. He's not a prince in my eyes. He's not a prince in my eyes or in my heart. If we panic, it will just get worse. So, I encourage everyone to hold the hand of the one next to you so that we can all remain together. Oh, sir, I thank you for clutching my hand all this time.
no.
Please do let go.
Burbasari.
I need to find someone.
Burbasari, it's I. Lutung Kasarung.
You are not him. He has dark fur where you have dark skin. You are not Lutung Kasarung that I know.
Burbasari, I assure you, I am Lutung Kasarung. Or I was him. To be honest, I am Prince Gurumina from Kayangan. I am also your Lutung Kasarung. And it's because of that I was turned into a wretched beast as I defied the great Sunan Ambu. And I was cursed to roam around the jungle until I met you, Burbasari. When I met you, it showed that love can transcend these physical barriers.
I don't know what to say, Lutung Kasarung. Oh, Guruminda. I mean, Prince Guruminda.
It's okay, Burbasari. I actually come to like the name Lutung Kasarung. And it's because of that name that I found you. I found love.
Please, the two of you, spare us. At the end of the day, I still won. As this here wasn't really human after all, but a cursed beast. You may look handsome now, but this all doesn't count. The heavens know it all. And the heavens surely would not acknowledge this nonsense.
All go down. The king from the Magago.
Bugarara, enough! You've caused enough damage and pain. I've heard everything. Paul, own daughter, was hurt. Sister, stop. Please stop. This nonsense at once.
Father? Father, how are you? Are you okay? I hear you were ill.
Are you?
Yes, Father. I have tempted the curse, as you can see here. But I was well even with the curse. Thanks to Lutung Kasarung here. Oh, Guruminda. I mean, Prince
Kasarung. All about it.
Yeah.
Heard. Arrested my best general. Where is he?
You see, there's a reason for that.
Well, Your Majesty, I'll let him win. He's still your best general, after all.
It doesn't matter.
All I know is that you were there for my daughter. And for that, I am utterly grateful.
Now, everyone here is my witness. I, Prabhupada Agung, hereby restore Purvasari as queen of Pasipatan Kingdom. You will make the best ruler of this kingdom. Through all her ordeal, she has shown that she is wiser and stronger. All hail Queen Purvasari.
All hail Queen Purbasari!
All hail King Purvasari!
All hail King Guruvinda!
All hail King Gurumita!
That is a story of how love transcends the constraints of this world. How love can help us find our way and ourselves when we feel lost. And how love helps us find the beauty within, even the beauty of a cursed princess and a magic monkey.
Rianti, would you please come on stage? And I would like also to invite Ambassador David Merrill to come on stage. All rise for our Ambassador and Deputy Chief of Mission and Ambassador David Merrill. We would like also to invite Dr. Elizabeth Chang to come on stage, please. So we would like to take a picture. Oops, where is the photographer? Okay, oh, thank you. Okay, everybody say cheers. And say go Iqbal. Thank you. And by this moment, I also would like to recognize Ulum Tanoto